Hey guys, Ryan Smith with the Ryan Smith Home Selling Team here to discuss 6 tips for writing your very best offer and winning the house that you really want. Hey guys, so as you've probably seen, as you've been driving around town, you're just looking around seeing yard signs, and there's sold signs everywhere. It seems like all the houses that are around Central Texas are just selling left and right, and I don't think that's necessarily unique to our area. Across the country, these real estate markets have really started heating up with inventory, dropping down next to almost nothing. So because of that, what we're seeing on a lot of these houses when they sell is lots of offers coming in. So it's not uncommon for you to be competing with 4, 5, 6, 7 offers when you're find a house you like. So then how in the world do we help somebody write an offer and have them actually win the house that they're after in today's real estate market? Well, I've got 6 tips for you today. I think these will be helpful and will help you win when you're looking to buy your next place. So number 1, I would put up more earnest money. So earnest money is an easy way to show a seller that, hey, I'm really serious about this process. If you follow the contract, it all comes back to you anyway, so there's really no financial risk to you by putting up a larger amount of earnest money as long as you do what you're supposed to do. So, I would put up a larger amount of earnest money. So say normally I would say the market average is about 1% of the sales price. So, if it's a $200,000 home, a $2,000 earnest money would be very normal. I'd say do a $5,000 or $6,000 earnest money. That's a much larger number. It shows someone that you're very serious about the house. But once again, that money is still legally protected. The only way you're going to lose that is if you did something outside of the legal bounds of the contract. So while it certainly can feel a little more nerve-wracking to write a check for $5,000 or $6,000, remember that if your agent did his job correctly, that money still should be protected. Number 2, you can just show the sellers that you're qualified. So make sure that you've got all your lender things completely in order. I can tell you specifically when it comes to negotiating and buyer deals with one of our sellers, whenever we look at it and the person hasn't even sent in pre-qualification information or any lender information along with their offer, that person's already at a disadvantage, And let me even just tag on that one more thing, and I'll just say, not only are they at a disadvantage if they don't have lender information, if you're using an out-of-town lender or someone who has a reputation as a bad lender in town, that is also going to dramatically hurt your chances of winning the offers. Let me say that again because it is really important. It is going to dramatically hurt your chances of whether your offer would be accepted. I promise you, for our team, when we get these offers in, we look at who the lenders are, and that absolutely plays into our decision of which offer we're going to accept, because some lenders are much more consistent and they are more of a sure bet to make sure, hey, if this buyer comes with this lender and this lender says they're good to go, they're going to be good to go. Whereas there's a number of other lenders out there that is completely not the same story, that it would absolutely not be the same circumstance. They will tell you that you're good, and then we get into the process and we begin having some significant problems. So I will tell you, make sure that you can show, number 1, you can put up some good earnest money. That's a great way to try to help gain the seller's attention. Number 2, make sure that you're pre-qualified and you have that documentation ready, but not only are you pre-qualified, but you're pre-qualified with an excellent local lender. Number 3, give the sellers the settlement date they want. So you know what? The sellers have a move-out date that would probably be ideal to them in nearly every circumstance. So if you're trying to win that seller to win him over to take your bid, a lot of times just give them the closing date that they're after. That might be a very small, simple change that would make a big difference and really encourage a seller to want to work with you. Number 4, I would shorten or waive any contingencies. With every offer, whenever you're have your purchase offer accepted, there's normally some contingency periods. That's where inspections can be done, and there's a time to allow financing to run its course. The shorter that you cut down those contingencies, it makes the seller feel like this deal is a more secure and safe deal to take. And that's also going to influence his desire of taking your offer and accepting what you've put on the table. So, consider shortening the contingencies. Number 5, one easy thing you can do too, you can make it personal. I can give a couple examples of this recently where we had someone submit us a handwritten letter that explained why they were really interested in this property and how great of a job they were going to do taking care of it after they purchased it. These things might seem small or silly, but I can tell you that to some sellers, this really makes a difference. And so obviously it just takes 10 or 15 minutes to write a note sometimes that's the difference between winning or losing a bid. And then number 6, and if I miss out on anything, this is the one you definitely want to get. You've got to bring your strongest offer. And I will repeat that just like I did number 2. You have to bring your strongest offer. So I don't know how many times in negotiating we've heard from a buyer's agent or from a buyer saying, well, I thought I was going to have a chance to raise up. This is in a multiple offer competition. I should clarify that. But when they're in a multiple offer situation and they lose, they go, well, I thought I was going to get a chance to come back and put a higher number on the table, or I thought you were going to give me the opportunity to come back and change it again. Well, we're going to give everybody, and this is every seller should, every listing agent should, everyone should get an equal opportunity to raise their offer to whatever they're going to raise it to. But once that time has come to present them, then the chance to go back and raise it is over. So really, when you get notified that you're in a multiple offer situation, at that point in time, you need to bring your highest and best offer. And right now, I'm going to tell you, it's not uncommon at all to see houses selling for thousands of dollars over the list price. In fact, I've seen houses selling for $5,000, $10,000, even as high as $20,000 over the list price, depending on the house, where it was located, how desirable the neighborhood, those sorts of things. But seeing it go over the asking price by $5,000 or $10,000 in a multiple offer situation, absolutely not unheard of. It happens pretty frequently. So let's just summarize again the ways that you can write a great competitive offer and win those multiple offer situations. Number 1, put up a little bit more earnest money. Number 2, have all your lender documentation ready, and not only having it ready, but make sure you're with a good local lender with an excellent reputation makes a huge difference. Number 3, give the sellers the closing date that they're after. So try to line those dates up for the seller. Makes it a little bit more convenient for the seller. Might influence them towards accepting your offer just a little bit more. Make it personal. Write them a note. Let them know how great a job you're going to take care of their property. And then, of course, number 6, put your best foot forward. Don't if you're fighting against 5 or 6 other people, you can't just come soft and expect to win. I can promise you in today's market, if you come soft with 5 or 6 other people playing, you will not win that bid. You've got to put your best foot forward. So hope this information helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can reach me at the office. That's 254-213-5335. Or check us out on the web. That's www.ryansmithhomes.com. Once again, ryansmithhomes.com. So it's been a pleasure hanging out with you today. Look forward to catching up and talking real estate again soon.